I found all of the biggest moments in Minecraft multiplayer history, and in this video I'll be going over all of them. Minecraft multiplayer has had a long history with some pretty crazy things, like from completely abandoned mega servers to massive community projects, and I'll even be looking at the very controversial oldest Minecraft server ever, and of course tons of other Minecraft multiplayer moments. And the first big moment we'll cover happened back in 2009, where only 14 days after Minecraft was first released, the multiplayer mode was added to the game. And with that, the first ever server was born. And this is wild, because on that same day this server came out, a YouTube video was uploaded by a channel named Telkir, and that video showcased this first ever server. It's pretty crazy that we still have a recording of the first ever Minecraft server. And you could tell just how old this is by how primitive Minecraft looks. There wasn't even a survival mode yet, but even though Minecraft was still in its very early stages, that didn't stop people from trolling. Apparently on this server, there were griefers going around and destroying buildings, making that the first ever instance of griefing in Minecraft. And on top of the griefers, while this person was recording this video, a power outage struck Notch's home, causing the server to shut down, since Notch was the one hosting the server at the time. Now this whole situation was crazy and a historic moment for Minecraft, but that's nothing compared to some of the other moments we'll be getting to later. But for now, let's move on to the next big moment, where only 1 week after the first ever server came out, the first ever still running Minecraft server named Nerd.nu came out. That's right, this server came out in 2009 and it's still running to this day. But since survival still wasn't added to Minecraft when this server came out, this server was more of just a creative type building server. But there is a hot debate on whether or not Nerd.nu is actually the oldest server, since the server's world has been reset over 30 times. So people say that since this server doesn't have the same world of when it launched, it's not really the same server. But regardless, in 2009 when the server launched, there was no doubt that at that time it was definitely the oldest server ever. And meanwhile, after Nerd.nu, when servers were starting to pop up everywhere all throughout July of 2009, the first ever modded Minecraft server appeared. And this modded server has some pretty crazy drama to it. I mean, it almost got banned, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. This server, which like I said is the first ever modded server, was made by a Minecraft user known as JTE. But since the modded server was made not long after Minecraft itself came out, the mod was very basic, just doing simple things like detecting hackers, spawning idle NPCs, custom colors on players' name tags, pretty much stuff like that. Stuff that nowadays the average plugin will do. But this server would only go on to last 1 week because the creator, JTE, was pressured by Minecraft forum moderators to shut down the whole project. Now, I don't know how Minecraft forum moderators have so much power over a random server owner. Either way, that's a shame, but surprisingly, it's not even close to the most controversial moment we'll be getting to. But for now, we'll be fast forwarding to July of 2010, where support for survival multiplayer is finally being released, and to test it, Notch hosts a private invite-only server with himself, some other people, and C418, which if you don't know, C418 is the absolute legend who made the early Minecraft soundtracks. And because this server is in survival mode, I think it's safe to say that this is the first ever SMP to exist, because of course SMP stands for survival multiplayer. Now moving on to a month later, survival multiplayer is fully released to the world, and within an hour of it being released, a server by the name of MinecraftOnline, real unique name there, opens up, making it probably the world's first ever survival multiplayer server, aside from the one Notch hosted earlier. But that server is not just relevant because it's the first SMP. Here's where things get really tense. That same day that MinecraftOnline opens up, another server named Novylen also opened. Both of these servers are still running to this day, and their maps have never been reset from day one. So there's been an ongoing debate on whose server is actually the oldest. As far as I've gathered, MinecraftOnline seemed to have opened up first, but only by a few hours. I mean, they even have the Guinness World Record for the oldest servers, so that's some pretty hard evidence to beat. But Novylen defenders say that their world was the owner's single player world before survival multiplayer was out. And when survival multiplayer was finally released, the owner of Novylen took his single player map, which was technically an older world than MinecraftOnline, and ported his map onto his new server, which is Novylen. Now this debate is definitely a big moment in Minecraft multiplayer history, but there are plenty more even crazier moments to come. So let's move on to the next big moment, where in December of 2010, the famous, or should I say infamous, server 2B2T was first created, which which, unknown at the time, would later become one of the most notorious servers in Minecraft history due to its strict no rules policy, where pretty much anything goes, for better or worse. But with no rules also comes a lot of lore, and that's the reason why the oldest Anarchy server in Minecraft is still so relevant to this day. Anyway, now let's move on to the next moment when a YouTube group broke a world record for Minecraft, when on July 31st, 2011, the huge channel Yogscast broke the record for the most players in one Minecraft world, with having 2,622 players all on the same Minecraft world at the same time. Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal? Servers like Hypixel regularly get over tens of thousands of players. Why is 2,000 so special? Well, unlike servers like Hypixel, where usually only around 20 people are in one world, these players in this Yogscast server were all concurrently online together in the same world on this tiny bedrock platform at the same time. As you can see, it was so laggy, but Yogscast didn't seem to care. They were focused on one thing and one thing only, which was beating the world record for the most players. And well, they did it, but not only did they do it, they even got a Guinness World Record to prove it, which is just really cool, and also makes me wonder how many Minecraft servers actually have a Guinness World Record. Anyway, we're moving into 2012 for the next big moment, when a giant server launched, a server that would become one of the most popular in Minecraft history, even though it's never had more than 1,000 players. The server I'm talking about is Hermitcraft, which in April of 2012 opened its doors for the first time, although it would take them quite a while for the SMP to gain the fan base that it has today. Minecraft Realms! That has nothing to do with Hermitcraft, I'm just moving on. Now the next big moment in Minecraft multiplayer history was Minecraft Realms, which launched in 2013. And 2013 was a big year for servers, and you'll find out why soon. But for now, the 1.5 Redstone update just released, and with it, Minecraft Realms dropped for the first time. Well, not really. At the time, Realms was only given to 100 randomly chosen people, because I guess they were just trying to test it before fully releasing it. But you gotta wonder, those 100 players were all randomly chosen, so they probably didn't know each other. Now, if they didn't know each other, they probably weren't joining each other's realms. So I'm just imagining they would all sit in their realms by themselves? I don't know. But they wouldn't have to be alone for long, because exactly 1 month later, the biggest server of all time, Hypixel, comes out of nowhere surprising everyone. Now in the beginning, Hypixel had mini games, but it was originally made for the purpose of being a server to host the owner of Hypixel's adventure maps for everyone who wanted to play them with their friends. You know, I think this Hypixel server has some pretty great potential, but at this point, the hot server on the block is Mineplex. Because fast forwarding all the way to 2015, Mineplex would earn, you guessed it, a Guinness World Record for having the most concurrent players on their server at one time, with 34,434 players. And wow, it's crazy looking back, because nowadays 34,000 players seems like nothing on a server. And I guess it wasn't actually that much back then either, because later that same year, the Mineplex World Record was beat by none other than Hypixel. And pretty much from that point on, Hypixel would continue to be the biggest Minecraft server, while Mineplex would continue to fall. But we'll get to the Mineplex tragedy later on, because moving on to 2017, the Better Together update just dropped for Bedrock Edition, and with it, featured servers were released. So now you could play all, or maybe just some, of your favorite Bedrock servers, now Mojang partnered and approved. Except Hypixel was missing, which is interesting, since it's the biggest Java server ever. But who knows, maybe Hypixel was just working on something behind the scenes and didn't have time to create a Bedrock server. They were working on something behind the scenes. And in December 2018, we would find out what they were working on when Hypixel Studios revealed the first ever trailer for their surprise game, Hytale. Now, Hytale doesn't directly have anything to do with Minecraft servers, but I figured that because it's the first game that was initially funded all by a Minecraft server, I should include it. Now, taking a step back, all these multiplayer moments are getting wild, but we're not even done. So moving on from here on out, things start getting a little more crazy, so get ready. Now, moving on to the next big moment, which was in 2019, where Minecraft had already been on a steady decline for a couple of years. But thanks in part to a couple of notable servers, Minecraft was brought back from the death and back into the mainstream. And the first of these servers was an SMP that launched on March 1st, 2019, called SMPLive. Now this was just a simple content creator SMP, with the only big rule being that if you're online and connected to the SMP, then you have to be actively live streaming the server. And that might sound annoying for some people, but it made for a lot of funny content. But SMPLive, through just being a really funny server with creators who were also blowing up at the time, made it one of the servers that helped save Minecraft from death. Along with the next server I'm going to be talking about. Wanna guess what server it is? Spoiler, it's probably not one you're thinking about, because on June 24th, 2019, a weekly Minecraft tournament began called Minecraft Mondays. Minecraft Mondays was a content creator exclusive tournament hosted every Monday. It was a relatively simple tournament, which had creators battling each other out in various mini-games like SMPLive, Hunger Games, The Dropper, and more. You know, it kind of sounds like another popular Minecraft tournament that we'll get to later. Anyway, Minecraft Mondays featured a lot of old Minecraft YouTubers, but also showcased a lot of the, at the time, up-and-coming Minecraft YouTubers of the new generation. With the standout YouTuber being Technoblade, who did so well in each event that at one point he was being put with less skilled players to make the tournament more fair. At the time, Technoblade wasn't nearly as popular as today, so Minecraft Monday was a chance to show the world his skills and get his first real spotlight. And generally, that's when most people found out about Technoblade, including me. But Minecraft Mondays ended only a few months after it started, and it's actually a really tragic story how it ended. In week 14 of the event, while contestants were actively playing, the server got hacked right then and there during the tournament. A lot of players were live streaming the event when it got hacked, and you could see their reactions in real time.
I just got banned. I'm banned for Minecraft Monday.
The hacker would then ban contestants, destroy the spawn. I mean, it was all out pandemonium. And because of that complete disaster, Minecraft Mondays was delayed for a month to repair the server, with the event's return set to happen in November of 2019. But then when November of 2019 rolled around, well, Minecraft Monday didn't return. But it's not all bad, because fast forwarding literally that same November, the spiritual successor to Minecraft Mondays, Minecraft Championships, or MCC, had its first ever event. And if you don't know, MCC is basically a cleaner, more organized version of Minecraft Mondays, with a lot of the same players that were in Minecraft Monday being in MCC. Although the one change is that MCC primarily had Minecraft focused content creators, unlike Minecraft Mondays that would literally have any big creator join the roster for the week. Anyway, now moving on, we're going into 2020, which was a big year for Minecraft multiplayer. Possibly the biggest actually. The first big multiplayer event of 2020 happened in March, when a server opened up called Build the Earth. And this is wild because it's a public server with the goal of actually building the entire Earth in Minecraft. I'm not joking, and this isn't just some makeshift Earth either. They're building this at a 1-to-1 scale, which means you walking around this map should take just as long as it would for you to walk around the real life Earth. Now currently they're far away from finished building the entire Earth, but they do have a decent amount of cities covered, especially New York. And what's cool is that you could join this server and to help them build it too. Now let's move on to the next event only a month later, when in April of 2020, a 2 million subscriber channel named Dream would start an SMP with his 3 other friends called the Dream SMP. And we all know how big the Dream SMP got, but at the time, the Dream SMP was just a small vanilla server for Dream and his friends to mess around on. Little did they all know how big the Dream SMP would become just a few months later. And while we're on the topic of big servers, going into 2021, on April 16th, Hypixel would hit an absolute all-time high for people playing on their server, when they had 216,000 players all playing on Hypixel at one time. That is absolutely wild, but the exact opposite would happen to the Dream SMP. When moving on to April of 2023, almost exactly 3 years after it opened, the Dream SMP would shut down. But even though that's when it officially ended, the server had been basically dead for quite some time before that. Now earlier, do you remember how I mentioned in 2015 Mineplex had a Guinness World Record? Well, 2015 was a long time ago, so let's check in on how Mineplex is doing in more recent years. It's not good. Yeah, from 2015 to 2023, the server had declined so much and lost so many players that on May 11th of 2023, Mineplex got completely shut down. And this was wild when it happened. I mean, it was understandable why the server got shut down, considering it was basically a ghost town. But in a twist that no one saw coming, Mineplex was acquired by a new owner and is being brought back. That is pretty crazy and a nice ending to Mineplex's whole story. And guys, there are so many more moments that I wasn't able to get to in this video, and of course inevitably new moments will keep happening in the future. And you know what, just like how it's inevitable new moments will keep happening, it was also inevitable that I was forced to make this video.